Her skin was the color of fatigued violets, an ode to a life filled with melancholic horoscopes. A corridor suffocated with the silence of failed divine interventions behind room 709. Motel neon lights, her chandelier reflected nights that spin with fire-burning ink and fire-burning silk, the ones from Paris she couldn't afford. Forgotten coffee gone cold, cherry jam. It all looks rather Monday morning-ish to me, Detective Thomas says. 1 button, 2 button, no button on his navy uniform. He eyes the jam. Cherry jams for girls.
Alice, we've got work to do. The case had definitely begun.
Apple core, rotten, empty liquor from Susie's liquor store on 48th Street. She poured all her personality into his martini glass, and he preferred champagne.
I'm gonna give a toast!
Suffocated.
Drowned.
Pills.
Murder. Murder, I say.
Her entrance was always made with jade, pale skin with jade, hollow cheeks with jade, death with jade. She was strangled by Baroque curtains, they say. Red polished nails like cherry, her body smelt of dried lavender. Mole on her shoulder, diamond studs that drowned her greed, her 25th birthday gift from a boy she once loved. Moscow. He said he'd take her to Moscow one day. The gentleman caller left at midnight with Malbran smoke and a loosened tie. He whistled her song in the stillness of the night. Arrogance wore his silhouette, no pistol in sight.
No, I love my husband. You've got me all wrong. You don't know how hard it is being a woman looking the way I do.
John 8:4-11. They said to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law of Moses condemned us to stone such women. Now what do you say?"
Do not permit a woman to teach or to have authority over a man, but to be in silence.
Trou du cul. Putain. Merde. Nom de Dieu. Piège à con. Saloperie. Bordel.
Michael, do you believe in God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth?
I do.
Now John is only stained ink from burnt ashes. Detective Thomas crosses himself. Amen. Polaroid snap, colors fade, evidence in plastic bag. Permed hair, cherry blossomed lips, confetti pale fingers, gold-plated ring. Until divorce do us part, she murmured once. He remembered. No one seems to notice she wears black. She wore black, black like Delilah.
The Black Dahlia, whose murder in 1947 remained unsolved.
Hello, heaven. You're next in line. She once murmured. He remembered. She was a connoisseur of drowning in emerald pools made of wine and adorned with applause and drenched in sin and touched with greed, where the prostitutes stared and feared the night and craved the name and mocked the rule and scratched the words that defined who she was, who she wasn't, and who she would never be again.
Real actress.
No witness, no whisper. Madonna's stare, no prayer. Suicide, suicide, I say. The case is closed. Her words are ash and ashtrays. Her body will decay. It's 4 a.m. Hey partner, let's drink in the corner cafe.
Drink a lot of coffee before I go to sleep, and I can dream fast.
And her pearls will belong to the state. where they should lay in shelves titled suicide dames who bled their lives and drowned their sins in forever sleep. The case is closed behind room 709. The moon will remain, and the cat will purr. The body will leave her perfume behind, the perfume she bought Fifth Avenue, and her gold will be robbed by the thieves of the night who will pawn it for $1.99 and buy a rose for the girl who works in the corner store whose shadow is beauty and alive. She smells the sweat before the sweet, shuts her eyes and dreams of being the connoisseur of drowning in emerald pools made of wine and adorned with applause and drenched in sin and touched with greed, where the prostitutes stare and feared the night and craved the name and mocked the rule and scratched the words that defined who she is, who she isn't, and who she will never be again.